What's going on, guys? My name is D. Anthony with Evolution Traders. In this video, I want to talk about how much money realistically you should be trying to make trading futures, especially if you're new. Now, again, if you're new, just starting off on your trading career, your trading journey, I would definitely recommend to go the prop firm route. Okay, instead of putting your own cash into a personal broker, go out, prove that you can trade with low risk, prove that you can make money, prove that your strategy is profitable, prove to yourself that you can do it, get funded. I would recommend, one of two prop firms. Again, I have no personal bias towards any of them. I'm funded with both of them, that being Apex as well as Top Step. Again, the choice is yours. Those links are down in the description if you want to go ahead and look through them and see the different rules or whatever, so you guys can kind of make your own educated decision. But when it comes to trading futures, you can make a lot of money very, very quickly, and you can also lose a lot of money very, very quickly if you don't know what you're doing. So a lot of times traders will try to rush and they'll try to go too fast. They'll try to, make $500 a day, make $1,000 a day. Maybe they have a good day where, the market is hot and they make 2,000, 3,000, and they think that they can do that each and every single day. The odds are that as a newer trader with a very small account, even if you're trading a few different accounts on the prop firm space, of being able to generate, $1,000 a day consistently is probably going to be a slim chance, unless you've been in this game for a very long time and you kind of understand your emotions and manage risk properly. What I would say is go out there and prove that you can make $1,000 a month. Okay. Now, many of you right now are probably thinking to yourself, realistically, what is $1,000 a month going to do? Well, for some people, $1,000 a month would change their lives. For some people, they maybe work a full time, so adding an additional $1,000 will definitely help their situation, help their family, help save for that next vacation, help buy that new set of golf clubs, help do whatever it is that you may choose to do with that $1,000. Now, there's ways to scale that $1,000 from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, and beyond. And what that's going to entail is adding more additional accounts using prop firms to be able to, instead of trying to make $5,000 a month or $1,000 a trade, we can focus on one account, copy traded times, let's say 5 accounts or 10 accounts, which now is going to bring that monthly P&L to 5,000 to 10,000 without ever really changing your risk, without ever really changing anything that you need to do. The only thing that you really need to do is try to, again, not every day is going to be perfect and not every day you're going to be able to do it. But if there's 20 to 22 some odd trading days in the month, you need to kind of average, right? You need to kind of average around $100 a day. Okay. Now, of course, you're going to have some scratch days. Of course, you're going to have some losing days. But what we want to do is make sure that our risk and our reward is kind of similar. Okay. So if we're going to shoot for $100 a day, $150 a day, $200 a day, we want to keep our losses around $100 to $200 a day as well. So for every day that we lose, it's only going to really take us one more day to get back inside the pocket. Okay, and kind of scratch even. Now, again, you can take a series of 3, 4 losing days in a row, but then you might go on a 10, 12, 13 day winning streak. So before you start jumping ahead of yourself, you need to allow the time to pass. And I would always recommend at least a solid 30 days worth of trading to kind of get that data that you need to see, can you do it? And the reason why I say, try to just take 20 to 30 points, 40 points out of the market a day. Now, when you're trading things like the NASDAQ 100, it's very easy to kind of get those 20, 30 points a day. And I would say, while not risking that much money, I would recommend to maybe trade 2 micro contracts. That way it always allows you that opportunity to scale and hold runners if you would like to choose to do so. and getting those 20 to 25 points, 30 points is going to result in around $100 day, $120 days sometimes, $150 days sometimes, depending on the overall move. And I want to give you a quick example of how, if you take this mindset approach, you can really start to make that $1,000 a month. And all we need to do is start adding additional accounts. So let me just paint you a very, very basic scenario. Let's say, for example, we go with Top Step or we go with Apex and we pass the evaluation in Combine and we're in one funded account. And let's say we work that account, we nurse that account, we baby that account, and we're really trying to focus on good trade executions, good risk management, controlling our emotions. And instead of trying to make those $500 days or $1,000 days, we just try to shoot for anything over 100. If we get it, we get it. And I would break it down in points, right? So realistically, what we want to do is we want to trade 2 micro contracts. We want to try to obtain at least 25 points out of the market. Now, this can come in one trade. It can come over a series of a few trades in the day. But I would definitely recommend, if you get those 25 points in a day, that's going to be $50 in profit times 1 micro contract. And since we're trading 2 micro contracts, it's going to be over $100. Okay. And if you get those 25 points, then I would say personally to just call it quits and stop trading on the day and just allow the days to kind of roll and allow the days to stack up. Because over the course of a month, if there's 22 some odd trading days in 1 month, all we realistically need to do is win around 50% of those days, resulting in the other days either being scratch or very, very small losses. You know, sometimes we're going to have 15 winning days. Sometimes we're going to have 18 winning days. Sometimes we're going to have, 12 winning days. But if we can kind of make $100 a day and stop more times than not, making $1,000 in a month should be very, very easily obtainable. When some days you might be in the pocket and you might make 200, 300, 400, which is going to make that average, kind of get to that 1,000 a lot easier. And if you instead focus on just making $100, $200 a day, it's going to be a lot more easier to stay focused. Okay, so once we have that one account, what we can then do is add a second account and copy trade that. Again, with Top Step, you can use Top Step X or you can use TraderVate, and they have free copy traders within inside the platform. You can go with Apex, use Ninja Trader, and you can either go with Replicanto, or Apex, I believe, has their own copy trader that you can use as well. Apex will allow you up to 20 accounts. Top Step will allow you up to 5 funded accounts. So again, let's say we're here with Top Step, you can work your way into 5 accounts. And if you're focusing on that goal of around $1,000 a month, which again, doesn't seem like a lot to a lot of people, but times 5 accounts is a $5,000 month. Times 10 accounts on Apex is a $10,000 a month. Times 20 accounts on Apex is a $20,000 month. So you can see how we can easily start to scale our profits by not changing anything in the amount of money that we're looking to make per day or per trade, but in fact, just by adding more additional accounts. And if you follow some of the videos of mine and you look at the 20 SMA strategy, you're going to start to notice that you can get 25 points out of this market relatively quickly. So for example, look at this 20 SMA setup here that happened this Friday. At 7:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the range of this candle was 33 points. So if I was to draw my stop loss and set my stop loss underneath that reason why, and I was to use the entry of a confirmation over the reason why candle, we would be entering this trade on the following candle at 7:45 a.m. and we would be holding this for close to that 1-to-1. Again, remember, all we really need is 25 points to make that $100 in the day. So realistically, the high price of this candle was 19,607, and it runs all the way up to a price of 19,633. So you can see here on this one particular trade, if we're looking for around 25 points, you're going to pretty much get close to it. Okay. So again, from 607 all the way up to 633, we're talking around 27 points. So if we're really only looking for 20, 25 points a trade, if we have this kind of mindset in order of, anything over $100 per trade, you can kind of stop yourself out or look for a good move at around 20 to 25 points. then on this one particular trade, you could essentially be one and done. You wouldn't worry about this next setup. You wouldn't worry about this setup. You wouldn't worry about this setup. Now, again, if you want to sit there and trade, you can definitely take each and every single setup. You can see on this particular trade here, it goes long, confirms 2 candles later, but however, you would have been stopped out, resulting in a 27-point loss. Now, we made around 20 points on this trade. We just gave it all back on this trade, but there was another trade that set up. Now, again, if you're starting to think, well, you know, if I was in this particular long, I wouldn't have been able to grab this trade because I was still sitting in the long position. I kind of see the point. So maybe we missed this downwards move, but we did get another setup here for 24 points, which would have made it the 3rd trade of the day. So let's say, for example, we won this trade. We lost, where was the trade at? We lost on this trade here. Now we're essentially break even on the day again. And here's our next setup, which would be your 3rd trade of the day for 24 points, which again, trading 2 micros, and if you get 24 points, is going to result in that $100 day. And not only does it confirm, it never stops you out. And you can obviously see here that it runs up a lot more than 25 points. But let's just keep this video very simple. We could tell ourselves, we won this trade, we lost this trade, and now we're back in our 3rd trade and we got our 25 points. Let's stop trading on the day. So if you come into the market and you do this each and every single day where you're looking for 25 points, you're looking for 30 points, some days you may get 40, 50 points out of the market, depending on setups. You can see that making $1,000 a month seems pretty obtainable, okay? And from there, all we look to do is just copy trade more accounts, but never really changing our risk settings and parameters. So for example, every single trade that we take, we're more than likely risking anywhere between $50 to $100 a trade. If we do manage to lose that $100, $150 a day, we're probably going to call it quits. If we do manage to win that trade or two, we're going to be looking to make around $100 to $200 a day. We're going to look to quit, and we're just going to let those days kind of stack up and let the numbers roll. If you really want to know how much money you can make trading futures, I would say forget all the nonsense, forget the Lamborghinis, forget the yachts, forget trading on the beach. Let's focus on making our first $1,000 a month, and let's focus on being very, very consistent at being able to take out and abstract that first $1,000. Let's get paid, right? Because the only reason why we do this is to get paid. Let's get paid that $1,000, and then let's reinvest some of those profits into adding more funded accounts. So that way, the next month, our $1,000 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4, so forth and so forth. And the opportunities are endless. If you, for example, could have 20 accounts with Apex, that's potentially $20,000. You could have 5 accounts with Top Step, that's potentially $25,000 a month. And over the course of 12 months, you could be looking at $250,000 in profits. Now, again, I'm not saying that this is easily doable, or I'm not saying that it's easily obtainable to just go out there and manage 25 accounts and you're going to do it on the first try. But let's start with 1. Let's start with 2 accounts. Let's start with 3 accounts. And let's slowly over time build up into that amount of money versus trying to shoot for that amount of money right off the bat. And that's a problem that a lot of traders tend to have, is that they see everyone else online. They see the big social media stars and YouTubers and streamers pulling out $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month. And they think that they can go out there and, you know, sign up and get 20 accounts and do this month 1. We've got to start with the first account first. We've got to move into 2 accounts, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. So how much money do I think is realistic to be able to make on a month in and month out basis? I would say between $1,000 to $2,000. And for the sake of the video, I'm just going to say $1,000. I think that a lot of traders, even new traders, can go out there and pull $1,000 out of the market. From there, it's all just about scalability. How scalable is this business plan? It's very scalable. With the prop firms that I've mentioned, you can go out there and get multiple accounts. So instead of trying to focus on making a $10,000 a month on 1 account, let's just do it on 1, but times 10. Hope that makes sense. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to turn the bell notifications on, because I do drop videos almost daily with different training tips and strategy guides and mindset tips. I would love for you guys to be a part of my community, part of my channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 7,000 subscribers this time next month. So we've got a little bit of work to do, but if you guys can help me out there by hitting that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see all of you guys on the next video.